The orange glow was like something out of a fever dream, flickering and mean, twisting through the tiny basement window and spilling over those perfectly trimmed lawns that had come to define Willowbrook Estates. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder as they carved a red and blue path down our quiet streets, turning every white picket fence into something from a war zone for a few short seconds. And right at the entrance, where all that chaos funneled in, stood Karen Whitmore, wrapped tight in her favorite pink bathrobe, clutching a clipboard with the kind of grip you'd use if you were dangling off a cliff. I swear, if anyone ever looked more out of place and perfectly at home at the same time, it was her, barking at the firefighters like she was guarding the gates of hell itself. No one, absolutely no one, gets into this community without my say-so. That's how she put it, shrill and unyielding, like her voice could physically block a fire truck. The lead firefighter, big guy, face like leather and hands that looked like they'd seen it all, tried his best to reason with her. "Ma'am, we have a call about a fire. We need to get through," but you could see the defiance spark in her eyes, brighter than any fire behind her. She's the queen of our little world, self-appointed, never doubt it. 7 years of running the HOA like it was her private army, patrols at sunrise, rules for everything from the color of your mailbox to the length of your lawn, and heaven help you if you moved in on her watch. She'd stall moving trucks for hours, making families sweat it out while she checked credentials like she was Homeland Security. You could be dying, and she'd want your paperwork in triplicate. And that wasn't a joke. Just last month, Mr. Henderson, the sweetest old guy you'd ever meet, had a heart attack. Paramedics got stuck at the gate, Karen demanding written proof from the patient himself before she'd even let them roll up. They had to run 3 blocks with their gear, minutes ticking by like a bomb. That night, most of us were inside, winding down, unaware that hell was about to break loose. Mrs. Patterson, 2 streets over from Karen, caught the first whiff, burning plastic and metal, not the cozy wood smoke you get in fall. She figured it was a bonfire, but as she walked her dog, that stench got worse, smoke thicker, a gray finger curling from the basement of one of those big colonial houses. She hesitated, then called 911. Her voice shook, but the dispatcher was all business. Within minutes, Engine 19 was rolling, slicing through the night, ready to save someone. If only they could get past Karen. The fire truck rumbled up, iron gates standing half open, and the crew expected to roll through. But there was Karen, hair perfect, bathrobe snapping in the wind, clipboard ready to do battle. The captain leaned out, voice calm, but you could hear the steel in it. "Ma'am, step aside, we're responding to a fire." But Karen just squared her shoulders, looking at him like he was a teenager trying to sneak into prom. And the whole time, smoke was starting to curl up, obvious even to the most stubborn eyes. A smell so sharp you couldn't mistake it for anything but trouble. One of the young guys on the crew tried to point it out. Karen just brushed him off, mumbling about barbecues and rules. The captain's radio crackled, dispatch giving the address clear as day, for 72, Maple Lane. Karen's address. Her face drained in one slow wave. She turned, saw the smoke, saw the orange flicker that could only mean one thing. "Oh my God," she whispered, barely a sound. Suddenly, the fire truck wasn't waiting anymore. Crew pushed past, hoses unfurling, Karen chasing after in a daze, her precious clipboard abandoned. Neighbors started gathering, phones out, some whispering about old grudges, others just stunned. By the time the crew got to Karen's place, it was bad, smoke pouring from every window, the air reeking of burnt wiring, plastic disaster. The captain barked orders, the crew moved like they'd done this 1,000 times, because they had, but you could feel the tension. This wasn't just a house fire, it was years of tension, rules, fear, resentment, all boiling over. As they fought the fire, Karen could only watch, her kingdom going up in smoke, all the control she'd ever had evaporating. The chief came over, voice soft but grave. "Ma'am, when's the last time you checked your electrical system?" Karen stammered, not really answering, and the chief just nodded, making notes. Almost poetic, him with his clipboard as she sat in the grass, her bathrobe wilted, her world crumbling. Word spread, neighbors shared stories. The Johnsons, blocked for 6 hours in summer heat when they moved in. The Garcias, turned away during a basement flood. Even Mrs. Patterson, whose call had saved Karen's house from burning down completely, recounted the heart attack incident, voice trembling with anger. The fire marshal was there, taking statements, every story adding weight to the case against Karen. But here's the twist. Someone caught everything on video. Karen blocking the fire truck, her face when she realized it was her house, the collapse as the truth hit. By morning, those clips were everywhere. News trucks showed up. The HOA board got swamped with calls. A petition to remove Karen started flying around, signatures pouring in. By week's end, city officials were involved, new rules drafted. Never again could anyone block emergency vehicles from entering a community. The irony couldn't have been sharper. Karen's obsessive gatekeeping destroyed the very authority she'd built her life around. That night, the community center was packed. People spilled into the hallway, demanding answers, demanding change. The board distanced themselves. Neighbors, some who'd never dared to speak up before, stood and told their stories. Sarah Chun, trembling, described feeling like a prisoner in her own home. The vote to remove Karen was swift, unanimous. The system she designed was dismantled overnight. But the universe wasn't done with Karen. The insurance company threatened to deny her claim. Obstruction of emergency response, that little clause in the fine print she'd never bothered to read. Lawsuits rolled in. Mr. Henderson's family, the moving company, the plumber, each case another brick in the wall of consequences. Karen ended up in a cramped apartment, her old house wrapped in yellow tape, her face known everywhere, a cautionary tale in pink terry cloth. The city council pushed through the Emergency Access Protection Act, her name mentioned in debate, the rules forever changed because of her. And as the smoke settled, Karen stood amid the ruins, finally understanding the real cost of control, of rules for the sake of rules. The neighbors watched, some with sympathy, most with relief, knowing that never again would their lives be held hostage at the gates of Willowbrook. So let me ask you, was justice served? Or did we just trade one problem for another? When does enforcing the rules cross the line into endangering a community? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever dealt with a Karen in your own neighborhood? Drop your story. Hit like if you think the firefighters were right. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life drama straight from suburbia.